So obviously, if you watch this episode, there was a lot of things happening, and I do want to talk about it all. But the first thing I really want to bring up is that in this episode, from Dr. Usami about the true nature of these monsters and everything. So the truth is that this is actually some kind of disease, and he states that these monsters that we've been seeing, the man eaters that we've been seeing, throughout the show, he says that these are these were people who were humans in the past, and these are just like the people who didn't survive the disease, that died because of the disease, and that's why he wanted, the person to be killed as a human, because he said that, you know, I've been keeping this person alive for this long, so eventually she can die as a human, because if we did stop the machines, she would die, but she would also later become uh, a man eater. So in order to stop that, Maru has to use his power to just kill her, and she would die as a human, and she did. And obviously, um, I can guess, well, not guess, but he does say that in the past that there were, uh, it was him, and then it was like that person was his wife, and that would kind of explain why he was so emotionally attached to this person, because it was his wife. So that explains that kind of. And um, not to get sidetracked, but I do want to mention something. So to me, I don't know about you guys, but to me, it was very obvious that the three people that we saw that were basically leading the whole crowd of these white jackets, there were three people that we saw, and to me, it was pretty clear that they were probably a part of something else before, and then they just pretty much hijacked this cult so they can ultimately take it over. And my one kind of supporting theory is that one, that I just found it very weird that that the lady that we saw, the ex leader, and she died because of a stone thrown to at her person, and she fell in. I know that she could have died of hitting her head on the ground the wrong way, like we saw. There's an emphasis on that. I just felt like, for where we are right now in the world and everything, I just feel like dying of a fall, falling on your head the wrong way, is kind of uh, a kind of like, I'd expect that she would survive with that. No, maybe I could be wrong, but I feel like um the people who kind of confirmed her death probably, she was probably injured at first from falling on her head, and then later they decided to kill her, and then make it look like she died from the head falling. Again, this is all theories, but there is still those three people that did show up. We don't know from where, and it seemed like they took over the whole. They've pretty much led the crowd to invade the building that the Mortal Order was stationed at. Basically, ran them out of the building, and then we get a snippet where they're obviously just those three people are talking about creating a new world or whatever. But then towards the end of that segment, we see there seems to be one more monster that was actually hiding beneath a car, and it looked like it just awakened now. This is kind of my theory, that now that I'm thinking about it, it might make sense, might not, but maybe this segment that we got with when we kind of like what I'm saying is when we're getting the segment of outside the facility of the heavenly of the sanctuary. I feel when we get those snippets of of seeing Maru and Isis, everything that's going on in the outside world is kind of it's happening like before us before. So I feel like those events are kind of what are kind of leading up to the eventual building or the making of this kind of society. Like I said, I don't really know, but I just just thought of it when I just thought I would mention it. But um, now that we're over with that, some other things that I do find kind of weird was that towards the end, so after the doctor um goes to the afterlife with his wife, I guess, because it was sad. When Maru and his sister find him, they don't see this, but the audience can clearly see that the doctor's holding a pin in his hand that, if you look at it, looks like has the same design and everything as that little crest that we see pretty much we've seen throughout the show. This little round coin with the pelican as its symbol or whatever. That same emblem that's on, the gun of hers that, blast or what, I forgot her name, Maru or whatever. So they basically have the same emblem. So I'm questioning, where did he get this and everything, and I'm just really wondering about that coin's origin. Like, how did he get it? Why does he have it? And yeah, but before I kind of end this review episode or video, I do want to talk about Robin. So one of the, I guess, the people that were treated, he says, I recognize this person, Robin, and he explains that, his name is, we call him Dr. I forgot what's his name, but they call him Doctor something, I forgot, you can see. And, basically 2 years ago he was a doctor until ultimately one day he just got up and kind of left, and that happened 2 years ago. So we get a little information about Robin, because obviously I forgot her name, but obviously the female character wanted to at least know that he is alive and is wandering about in the world. And she kind of, got that with him saying like, him with the guy telling his story with Robin, and saying that pretty much, yeah, he's out there, he's still alive, and told us what he did. And what I find interesting is that, why was he there? And, just questions like, why was he there? And why doesn't, like, I would assume that he would be kind of, kind of, not wary, but kind of like he wants to, I would expect that he would want to at least find out if the kid was alive, because like we saw a couple episodes, it seemed like him and Robin and the little kid had a good relationship. Like, it seemed like they were close. So I just find it very weird that Robin didn't go out and try to find the little kid, unless Robin just doesn't know anything, and he does believe that the little kid is dead. And that would kind of explain why Robin isn't really doing anything. And it's because that Robin believes that the little kid is actually dead. And yeah, but overall, I think this was a pretty cool episode. Like I said, there was a lot of things to dig into this episode, and I honestly can't wait for the next one. But I think I'm just gonna leave it there. Please leave a like, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye.